Hi everybody, this is our third video in our sensory system series. This one is talking about auditory and visual activities. I think the names auditory and visual are quite self-explanatory as to what systems they are. But auditory and visual are exceptionally important areas to stimulate from your baby from birth right up. They're very, very important systems when it comes to pre-reading and pre-maths. So let's go over a couple of things that you can do with your little ones, and these can all be adapted from birth right up. So I think the best way to start is with books. This encompasses auditory and visual, because your babies are looking at the pictures, but they're also listening to you speak at the same time. It's also fantastic for vocab. My personal opinion is, if you only ever do one thing with your child at home, make it reading. You will instill a love of books that will last with them their entire lives. And once they've got that love of books, it'll be something that they want to do. And even when they get into primary school and they're having to read, it won't be a chore, because they'll already have that love of books. And we could learn absolutely anything we want from books. So that would honestly be my advice for any parent. Start with reading and carry that on, because it will, honestly, you'll see the benefits when they're older. So for very small babies, obviously we want to use very high contrast, bright, colorful things for very small babies, because they are obviously can only see with black and white colors when they first start. So we want to do very high contrast, black and white, and then as their vision progresses, then obviously they can start picking up further colors, red being the first one that they can pick up. So anything like this is absolutely perfect. I'm sure any mom of a baby or has ever had a baby has got one of these books lying around at home. But if you don't, it's so easy to make your own. If you go onto Google and just put in high contrast pictures, it will give you such a wide selection, and you can print those and just put them on the wall. I'll show you the one that we've actually got in our baby room in a minute, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Start with black and white and then slowly introduce the different colors. So this is a great thing to start with when they're very little. These books are fantastic for little ones because they're singular subjects on each page. They're also very nice because they bring in texture so they can feel the different things as well. But just hearing a baby hearing you talk is so vital, and it will just instantly increase their vocabulary. Songs is an amazing one to do for this category. I'm sure we all sing to our kids every minute of every day if we could. But this is a brilliant one because it's bringing in the auditory side of things. It's also bringing in vocab, which is a fantastic area to cover. Signing is a brilliant one we use for this sensory system. If you click onto our signing videos, you can actually do the signing with your baby and learn the signs yourself. That is a great one for vocab, and it also gives them the skills they need to communicate with you before they actually have the vocab in place. So that's a great thing to do, and we do it right the way through, even with our older ones, and I'll tell you the benefits of signing in our signing video if you want to have a look. I think I touched on visual tracking. Visual tracking is such an important skill for every child, because it's the start of pre-reading and pre-maths. So anything you can do, I'm going to show you our sensory bottles to begin with. These are my favorite pieces of equipment in the whole school because they can fit into so many different sensory systems, and they're very easy to make at home. You can literally fill a 500ml bottle with anything you want. I'll give you some ideas, but these are my absolute favorite. So here we've got some barley, some glitter, some pasta even, some cut up straws, some tinsel. These are brilliant for the babies. It's also great for the older ones because it's actually a calm down activity for them. So when they come in from playtime and they're also full of energy and we need to get into a little bit of work, we give them the sensory bottles just to sit with for even 2 minutes, and it brings their focus back into being ready to learn. So use these ones for auditory specifically because obviously they make a nice sound. When you do auditory discrimination, put it on different sides of your baby and let them follow it with their eyes to meet where the sound is coming from. You can also put it behind them and let them try and find it. You can hold it up, you can hold it down. This is a great one, and it works just as well for visual tracking. Let them follow it around the room and let them Let them see where it's going. Say the words with them. Oh, let's go right, let's go left, let's look up, let's look down. This is great for visual and auditory tracking. You can also see, they can also see all the different colors, and tell them what's in the bottles, and then they can start to learn what different things give different sounds to. Another great one for auditory is just drumming. This is just a simple formula tin. Let them hit it. They can see that the top makes a completely different sound depending on how they use it. You can actually even put things inside and roll it and let them see, or sorry, hear the different sounds that it's making. They can shake it and change it up, put different things inside, make some things that are nice and quiet, so maybe some sand even, and let them shake it. So you can do that with the bottles as well, and then they can hear that some things are soft, some things are loud. Put some beans into it, dried beans, that will make a great sound for it as well. And you can also use it as aligning with different things. So if you've got something nice and loud, you can say, oh, listen, this sounds like the rain when it's raining. So anything that will just broaden the activity is always an absolute brilliant thing to do. In this tub over here, we've got some paper bags. They can hear that it makes a completely different sound if they crumple it. And then just to give a contrasting sound, some aluminium tins. That makes a great sound for them to play with. Obviously just be a bit careful with it because they can have little sharp edges. I'd like to also, another great one before I forget, is bubbles. All kids love bubbles, and you'd actually be surprised how many different sensory systems bubbles fit into. Bubbles are an amazing one for visual tracking because they are obviously not a bright color, so babies and older children really have to learn how to follow bubbles if they want to follow them across the room when they're being blown. And every child loves bubbles, so you're always onto a winner with bubbles. Let me quickly show you our visual stimulation wall. This should give you some ideas. I'm just going to pause for 2 seconds.